Hey there, I'm Amelia, 28, a marketing exec with a story that'll make your head spin. At work, I'm on fire, leading campaigns that have clients singing my praises. But behind the power suits and killer presentations, there's a whole lot of baggage I've been dragging around. It all started when I was 15. My mom passed away suddenly, leaving just dad and me to figure out life without her. Those were some dark days, but dad stepped up big time. He came to all my soccer games, helped me with homework, even tried to braid my hair. Keyword, tried. We became this unstoppable duo, just dad and me. Fast forward to last week. I'm out grabbing coffee with my bestie Megan when she brings up my love life, or lack thereof. Amelia, when are you going to get back out there? It's been, 2 years since Tom. I nearly choke on my latte. Megs, you know why. That relationship was a nightmare. I know, she sighs, but not every guy's like him. I stir my coffee, thinking back. Tom had been charming at first, showing up at work with flowers, surprising me with sweet gestures. But then he got possessive. Megan's face darkens. Yeah, the constant texts, getting mad if you hung out with friends, telling you your work clothes were too revealing. It was like he was trying to control every part of you. I smile gratefully at Megan. Thanks to you and your midnight ice cream runs, I made it out. Work has been good though, especially since Jason joined the team. He's a total sweetheart, always has my back during presentations. I've caught him looking at me a few times, but after Tom, I'm just not ready. Then my phone buzzes. It's Dad. Hey, sweetie, got a minute? For you? Always. What's up? He pauses, and I can practically hear the grin in his voice. I've got some news. I'm engaged. I nearly dropped my phone. Dad, that's amazing. Tell me everything. He laughs, sounding younger than he has in years. Her name's Caroline. She's 40, works in publishing. We met at that charity golf tournament last month. You know, the one you couldn't make. We talked for a while, and I find myself genuinely happy. Dad deserves this. So when's the big day? I ask. We're thinking fall. Actually, I was hoping you'd help with some of the planning. Are you kidding? I'd love to. Over the next few weeks, though, things start to feel off. Dad's being vague about certain details, rushing off my questions about the guest list or the best man. Don't worry, sweetie. Caroline's handling most of it. I try to brush it off, but I get that nagging feeling. The same one I had when things started going south with Tom. But this is Dad, right? My rock through everything. He wouldn't keep secrets from me, would he? Then one afternoon, I'm out for lunch with Jason, picking at my salad while he talks about some new campaign strategy. I'm only half listening, my mind spinning with questions about Dad's sudden secrecy. Earth to Amelia, Jason waves a hand in front of my face. You okay? You seem a million miles away. I'm about to answer when I catch a snippet of conversation from the table behind us. Can you believe David's having his daughter's ex as his best man? Talk about awkward. My fork clatters to my plate. Jason looks at me, concerned. Amelia, what's wrong? I hold up a hand, my heart pounding as I strain to hear more. I heard it was pretty messy between them. Tom, right? Guess he and David are best buds now. The room starts to spin. Jason's saying something, but I can't hear him over the roaring in my ears. Tom, best man, Dad. I'm on my feet before I know it, mumbling some excuse to Jason. Moments later, I'm in my car, speeding toward Dad's place. I burst through the front door without knocking. Dad steps out of his study, surprised. Amelia, what's wrong? Is it true? My voice shakes. Is Tom your best man? The color drains from his face. How did you? So it is true. I feel sick. How could you? Dad's expression hardens. Now, Amelia, let's not blow this out of proportion. That was years ago, he says, dismissively. People change. Tom and I have become good friends through our new business venture. He's not the same person he was. I can't believe what I'm hearing. So what, your new friendship trumps what he did to me? Oh, come on, Dad scoffs. That was just youthful drama. You're both adults now. Can't you put it behind you? Without another word, I turn and walk out, ignoring him calling after me. I drive aimlessly for hours, finally ending up at Megan's. She opens the door, takes one look at me, and pulls me into a hug. Oh, honey, what happened? Through tears, I spill everything. Megan listens, her face growing darker with each word. That manipulative bastard, she mutters when I finish. Both of them. My phone buzzes. It's Jason, checking if I'm okay. I text him to come over, and when he arrives, I rehash the entire story. Jason's usually cheerful face is serious. Amelia, I hate to say it, but your dad's behavior is toxic as hell. Megan nods. He's gaslighting you, sweetie, making you doubt your own experiences. But he's my dad, I protest weakly. He's always been there for me. Now he's choosing your abuser over you, Jason says gently. That's not okay. They're right, and I know it. The dad I thought I knew would never do this. This person, he's someone else entirely. I can't go to that wedding, I say finally. I won't. Megan squeezes my hand. We've got your back, no matter what. Jason nods. Your mental health comes first. If your dad can't see that, it's his loss. Sitting there, surrounded by my true support system, I feel a weight lift. This isn't okay. None of it is. But I'm not alone, and I'm done letting toxic people, even family, dictate my life. The next few weeks are a nightmare. Dad goes nuclear blasting me on social media and to anyone who will listen. To him, I'm a selfish, ungrateful daughter who can't be happy for her poor, widowed father finally finding love. My phone lights up with messages from relatives I haven't heard from in years. How could you do this to your father after everything he's done for you? You're tearing the family apart. I want to scream. They don't know. They don't understand. Work's not much better. I overhear whispers in the break room and see people go silent when I walk by. It's high school all over again, and I'm the outcast. One day, I'm grabbing coffee when I hear Susan from accounting murmur. She's just jealous because her ex upgraded to her dad. The mug slips from my hand, shattering on the floor. Everyone turns to stare. I freeze, humiliated, until suddenly Jason's there. All right, show's over, he says loudly. Don't you all have work to do? He guides me back to my office, closing the door behind us. You okay? He asks softly. I shake my head, fighting back tears. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Jason's quiet for a moment. You know, my sister went through something similar. Her ex, he was a real piece of work. When she finally left him, half the family turned on her. What did she do? Therapy, he says simply. Helped her see she wasn't crazy, that she deserved better. 2 days later, I'm sitting across from Dr. Evans, pouring out my heart. She listens in a way no one has in a long time. It's hard. Some days I want to cave, to apologize just to make the drama stop. But then I remember Tom. How it felt to lose myself. Never again. Jason has been amazing through all this. He shuts down gossip at work, brings me coffee on rough mornings. There's something there, but I'm not ready. Not yet. As Dad's wedding day approaches, the pressure intensifies. Caroline even shows up at my apartment, pleading with me. It would mean so much to your father, she says. Can't you put aside your differences for one day? I take a deep breath. Caroline, I'm sorry, but no. My mental health isn't something I'm willing to compromise on. Not anymore. That night, I'm scrolling through my phone when an ad pops up. Discover yourself in Thailand. Suddenly, I know what I need to do. The next morning, I march into my boss's office. I'd like to take some personal leave. I say, 2 weeks, starting on the 15th. My boss looks at me over her glasses. The 15th, isn't that your father's wedding day? Yes, I answer steadily. I think it's time I did something for myself. She nods, understanding in her eyes. Approved. You've more than earned it. I book my tickets that afternoon, and as I click confirm, a weight lifts off my shoulders. For the first time in months, I feel excited. That evening, I meet Megan and Jason for drinks, and their eyes go wide when I tell them my plans. Thailand. Megan squeals. Girl, that's amazing. Jason grins. I'm proud of you, Amelia. This is a big step. I raise my glass to new beginnings and to friends who stand by you no matter what. Stepping off the plane in Thailand, I feel like a new person. 2 weeks in this beautiful place have done wonders for my soul. The chaos of the past few months seems like a distant memory. As I wait for my luggage, my phone buzzes. Megan. Total disaster. Dad got drunk and spilled all your dad's dirty laundry. Turns out Mr. Perfect had a lot to hide. Caroline bolted before they even said, I do. Oh, and guess what? The business venture went belly up. Tom screwed it up big time. I hang up feeling nothing. No anger, no satisfaction, just closure. Months fly by and work is booming. I nail a huge presentation and am called into the boss's office. Amelia, we're promoting you to creative director. You've earned it. One day, after a talk I give to interns on workplace dynamics, a young woman approaches me, eyes shining. Your story inspired me to leave my toxic boyfriend. Thank you. Soon, I start mentoring young professionals, sharing my journey. It's healing in ways I never expected. Then, out of the blue, Dad shows up at my apartment. He looks older, defeated. Amelia, honey, can we talk? He asks. I let him in but keep my distance. I'm sorry, he starts. I made mistakes, but Tom, he manipulated me, and Caroline. Stop. Just stop, I say, holding up a hand. You're still not taking responsibility. He deflates. I just want my little girl back. I take a deep breath. Dad, I'm not that little girl anymore. I'm a woman who's learned to value herself. I don't need your approval or your presence in my life. I wish you the best, but this is goodbye. Before I know it, I'm turning 30. Megan and Jason throw me a surprise party, and as I look around at all the smiling faces, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. While cutting the cake, Megan pulls me aside. Hey, did you hear? Tom got arrested for fraud, and your dad? He's facing an audit for that failed business. I pause, fork halfway to my mouth. Wow. You okay? Megan asks, concerned. I think for a moment. Yeah, I am. I don't feel happy about it, but what goes around comes around, huh? 2 years ago, I was lost, scared, letting others define my worth. But today, I'm standing here, surrounded by real love and support. I'm proud of who I've become and the boundaries I've set. To all of you who've been part of this journey, I say, raising a toast, thank you. And to anyone out there struggling, it gets better. You're stronger than you know. So, the story's over, but I've got a question. Was I right to cut my dad out of my life completely, or should I have given him another chance? It's not an easy call, is it? On one hand, family is family, but on the other, toxic behavior is toxic behavior, no matter who it comes from. What would you have done in my shoes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.